The information contained herein is intended to help the viewer successfully navigate common IRS and Department of Labor requirements to help achieve successful results from their IRA. The information is not intended to replace information from your legal counsel or income tax professional. IRA Club does not offer or sell any investment. All investments have risk.
Hello and welcome to the Investors Roll podcast. My name is Kasia Baldus, and here with me today is Dennis Blitz, founder of IRA Club. And today we're going to look at habits. I know I'm a person who's always looking to improve my habits. And when it comes to investing, we're going to take a look at habits of investors that are successful with their retirement funds. So the name that often we hear when it comes to Roth IRAs or just retirement dollars in general is Peter Thiel.
Oh,
Can
yes.
you tell us a little bit about
yes.
who this person is and give us your take on that?
Happily. Peter is well known in the IRA industry. And the reason he's well known is he has such a successful self-directed Roth IRA. Now, he started his IRA with $2,000 back in the day when $2,000 was the maximum contribution. Today, it's $7,000 or $8,000, depending on your age. So it's gone up. But Peter started with $2,000. And we know that the first year of the Obama administration, we know that Peter had $5 billion in his self-directed Roth IRA. Now, we know that because there was some friction between, Mr. Thiel and Obama. That's what it was. And that's how we found out what was in his account. Now, there have been lots of articles about Peter, and we know that today his IRA is much, much larger than the $5 billion. I don't have a number, but 20 billion is kind of the going guess in this neighborhood. So that's who Peter is. And Peter is actually a very, very good example. I think we should use him as a goalpost.
So, Dennis, you've been doing this for quite a while, and you've met many investors, many IRA Club clients, and people that you've talked to with all of your travel that you've done. But what makes Peter stand out, and what are the different types of investors that you've met over the years?
Thank you. That's a wonderful question. Personally, I've come to the opinion that there are really three types of investors. And of course, there's lots of extremes in those types. But the first type of IRA investor is the person who never does anything. He never starts the IRA. He never contributes to the IRA, or he does contribute to the IRA, but he forgets to make an investment. This guy is going to go nowhere. You know that. I know that. And he will get started, tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. And there's lots of those people out there. Some of them may be in your family. It's a sad truth. The next type of investor, and this is the type we see every day, people who start a self-directed IRA, contribute dollars to it, make an investment with that IRA, and they're done. They're one and done. And now the investment may be a very, very good investment. It may grow. It may throw off a return and appreciate. All those things are good. But that person is missing a giant opportunity and maybe thinks they're not. So let me talk about the third type. The third type of investor and I've talked to these people and I see the difference. The third type of investor is, and again, there are very few Peter Thiels in the world. So I have talked with people who have $100 million IRAs, $200 million IRAs, $300 million IRAs, and $400 million IRAs. I mean, people who have substantial IRAs. And when I talk to them, I find out they all have a few things in common. And a few things in common is, number one, I'm going to go back to that second group, the guy who is one and done. He'll look at an investment and say, oh, my IRA does not have enough money to make that investment. I guess I won't make that investment in my IRA. The people in group three, they will look at an investment and they say, how much money can my IRA make in that investment? Not how much will it cost, how much can they make? Because those people just know the standard IRA rules. One, IRAs can partner. The IRA doesn't have to put up the whole amount. It can partner with others. Number two, your IRA can borrow money, and they know that. And IRAs do borrow money, and we help you do that if that's what you want to do. So these people are looking for investments that are going to be making returns. These people are always looking to grow their IRA. Number three about this group, and I always chuckle to myself, this group always makes their annual contribution in the first 6 weeks of the year. Why? Because they want their IRA to be full and to have as much money as they can so it can make these investments that are going to be tax-free for life. So there are substantial differences between the guy who says, I'm going to start mañana, but mañana doesn't come, the person who is a one and done, and God love them, they're wonderful people, but they're not really looking at the opportunity, and then the person who says, hey, I'm going to build a substantial IRA, and that's how they're going to do it. I'm going to tell you, there are, by the way, if there's any females watching this, I want you to know, I see about an equal split between males and females who want these big IRAs. And that money that comes in the first 6 weeks is almost always all female. And I'm proud of that issue. It's sort of something that makes me, chuckle and smile inside. But there are females and males. That doesn't matter. What matters is how are you looking at the IRA account? So it's not how much will the investment cost, it's how much will the investment make that is important.
Yeah, that's a really great point. It sounds like these investors are actively looking for opportunities and also looking at not just what it costs, but how much they can make. And so, what do you think Peter's mindset is when he is looking at his investment opportunities?
Peter is in a position, and I again, I'm not a personal friend of Peter's. I don't want to sound like I am. Peter is looking to shoot the moon on every investment, and he's that's how he's gotten maybe somewhere around $20 billion. Again, we're not sure that number, $20 billion in his self-directed Roth IRA. Because he has not only wanted to shoot the moon, but he's hit it a couple of times, several times. So, Peter is the exception, and we're not going to have a lot of Peters.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, with a typical investor, what do you think is a good balance of taking a little bit of risk, and maybe what are some things that investors can do to not step out of that risk factor that they're not going to be comfortable with? What are questions that they could ask themselves, or numbers that they could run to justify that investment?
Thank you very much. That's an interesting point. The risk is not, everybody who makes the investment, the people in the second two groups, they're taking a risk. You buy a house at 123 Green Street. It's a neighborhood that's a nice neighborhood. The house is going to rent out. It's going to appreciate. All that's a wonderful thing, but everything has risks. We know that gold is very, very hot right now, and you can buy gold in your IRA. That's a wonderful investment. Tomorrow, it might be a different story. So every investment has risks. I think the thing that we're looking for is the person who is always looking to invest, who's always looking to grow that IRA. Like I say, there's so many people who make that first investment and say, well, I've made an investment and I'm done. And we have those accounts that sit here, that have been here 10 years, 20 years and more, with a single investment. Investment may be very, very fine, but that person has walked past, ignored opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And so we say the three things that successful investors have in mind are always make your annual contribution. Don't, say, well, I made a contribution, I'm done. No, you made a contribution in 1983. You're not done. And you can make a contribution every year into a Roth IRA. Number two, they're always looking for an opportunity. They do keep their eyes open. It's not, I made an investment, I can take a nap. No, they're always looking to build it. And number three, they know that their IRA can borrow. They know their IRA can partner. They know they can get into any size investment they want. Those are the three steps that the group three have in common. They're active with their IRA, and don't not be active with your IRA. It is the best deal the Internal Revenue Service has given us, because you're going to be able to take all that money out at the end with a Roth IRA with no tax. You're going to be able to pass it to your heirs with no tax. Imagine. So this is a wonderful opportunity, and there is no limit on the size of the IRA. And the reason we know that is there have been bills that have been sent to Congress about limiting the size of an IRA, and they have never, ever come out of committee. Now, I know why they've never come out of committee, and here's the secret. Congressmen own IRAs. They're sure not going to put a limit on IRAs. And so Peter Thiel with his, $20 billion IRA, he's safe, and you will be too.
So, Dennis, it sounds like with any wellness routine, or if we want to work on our financial wellness, it takes a little bit of work, right? So we need to make our annual contributions. And if someone is not able to do an annual contribution up front, which we know can be the best because that way they have dollars to invest in, they could set up automatic contributions, kind of a set it and forget it if needed. It sounds like also successful investors are on the lookout for the next opportunity. Whether they take it or not, they're going to take a look at the opportunity. They're going to do their research, educate themselves, maybe speak with a financial professional, but they're actively looking for that opportunity, and hopefully they'll be able to take it.
And that really is it in a nutshell, is that we're always, those people are always looking for opportunity, and there's opportunity everywhere.
Absolutely. Yeah. And if you need an inspiration, you can give us a call or check out our website, because we are just, full of great articles and blogs and resources that investors can take a look at if they're exploring self-directed.
And Investor Row has several things on it.
Absolutely. Well, great. Well, thank you again for joining us today on our podcast. We are looking forward to seeing you on the next one. And don't forget to check out our website, iraclub.com/podcast, where you can find notes and tips and also a copy of Dennis's book. So you can download that and learn about investing with your retirement funds. And hope to see you again. Thanks so much.